And we're going to talk about another type of satisfying food, and that's lactic acid fermented foods.
Gesundheit.
We are going to have to really work hard to say that properly all the time.
Can we just not say that? Do we have to say that?
What would we say?
Well, it's fizzy. Let's call it fizzy food.
Fizzy foods.
Fizzy
Okay.
food. Not to be confused with fuzzy foods,
Right.
which also comes up in the
Right.
lactofermentation issue.
Okay, so Foodwifery is going to rename a whole group of foods. We're going to call them fizzy foods.
I'm with you.
Fizzy buka, fizzy kraut, fizzy kvass.
Fizzy beverages.
Yes, fizzy lemon punch.
Which is important because so many people think in the real food movement, they think of subtracting. Mm-hmm. They think of, I don't get to have this fizzy drink anymore, which fizzy drinks are a big part of the American culture.
Definitely.
And so I think it's important, at least in my world. You tell me I can't have it, and that's the first thing I want. You tell me I can't have ice cream. I have thought of ice cream all day long. I have compulsive nature like that.
Yes.
But when you say this is something that you can't have, this is a subtract, but you can have this, this, and this, it becomes an addition. It becomes creative.
Right. And some of the fizzy soft drinks, the fizzy alcoholic drinks, the fizzy sports drinks also kind of contain addictive qualities. They're hard to get off. The sugar keeps people hooked on them. If we have a substitute of other fizzy drinks, healthy drinks with lactic acid in them that help them in their digestive areas as well, then that is a great substitute for them to start with.
It is, and it's not kind of addictive.
They're very addictive.
This is documented. You know, we have a problem in this nation, and I object to the term healthy, because when we're talking about lactofermentation, this is a lot more than healthy. You know, we're talking about adding probiotics to your life. You know, and if you wonder the value of that, go to a health food store and see what the prices are for probiotics, because it's a very serious thing that's going on in our nation. Our intestines are in trouble. And when you say that you need to go to the store and you pick up a probiotic, if you're like me, you look at that counter and you go, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, and frankly, I'm not sure that they understand which one works and why and for whom. But for lacto-fermented beverages, it works for everybody.
Yeah.
It works for everybody. And it's not so much a science. You know, if you've got grapes in your yard, you use grapes. You know, if you've got elderberries, you use elderberries. You know, it's one of those geographical things. Just like geographical fats, it's one of those things as well. You use what you've got, you bloom what you planted, and we're talking salt. You know, we're really just talking salt and water. Just like bone broth and the stone soup, we're talking salt and water. And whatever you like.
So we've given it the name of fizzy foods, and that's how we will refer to it from this point forward. Scientifically, it's considered lactic acid fermentation.
Or culturing.
It's or culturing, or its simple term is culturing. It's a traditional food, though. What did they call it thousands, hundreds of years ago?
Grog.
Grog.
Really? No.
I thought that was beer.
Right.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm kidding.
Okay. What did they call it? They didn't know. They didn't even know it was a food group. It was just a natural way to preserve their produce.
Well, ever since we got refrigerators, we think that, you know, you buy something and you put it in the refrigerator. So we've kind of stymied our whole way of thinking. But as you said, that, you know, cultures have been doing this since the beginning of time. You know, and it's something they didn't have a refrigerator. They had the end of the season. They had a garden full of vegetables. Letting it rot in the field wasn't an option.
Nope.
So it's something that they figured out, and they figured it out in their local area. And so that's in essence what we do. You know, we have something left in our garden, and we put salt water on it, and it becomes lacto fermentation or culturing or fizzy food.
Fizzy food.